Hey YouTube, Cap here to give a quick explanation of how we can rig combat outcomes in Engage. This is possible and actually kind of easy because combat rigging already happens in the base game. Those who have used my Engage interactive maps before will have likely seen that some enemies have what I've dubbed as hidden skills. These are skills that appear in the files but do not show up in the UI in any way and hence do not even have an English translation. A good example of this is this chapter 7 enemy who is on a heal tile. This guy was meant to be used as a smash weapon tutorial, and he was given a skill that I've translated to never avoid, which means that regardless of what displayed hit you see when attacking, he will always be hit. This hidden skill is completely overriding the opponent's hit rate at the time of combat by setting it to 100. So regardless of what unit or weapon used to attack him, and regardless of what displayed hit value the game shows you, when the game goes to roll an RN, it will compare it to 10,000, because Fate's RN. We can essentially use the same technique by making our own hidden skills and giving them to the enemies that we want to rig via data file mods. I'll quickly show what this looks like. So here's the data file for all the skills in the game, and as you can see, the majority of skills that are normally in the game have IDs in Japanese, but we can add our own with more easily readable IDs at the bottom. By copying what the existing hidden skills are doing, we can modify any combat parameters that we want. For the most part, this will be some combination of making the unit's hit rate 0 and the opponent's crit rate 100, because if we put such a skill on an enemy unit, it will make our unit always dodge and crit on the counter. We can also rig combats against specific player units by adding a condition that checks for a personal skill on the opponent. For example, if we want an enemy to always have 0 hit against Alir, we can check for the Divinely Inspiring skill on the opponent. This technique was used in Chapter 3 for those flyers, since otherwise they would have also missed Vander. Once we've added the necessary combat rigging skills, this file can be rebundled and used like any other mod. The last step is to simply give this skill to whichever enemy you want to rig. This is as simple as opening up the dispos file for the chapter you want, finding the correct enemy by coordinates, and filling out the SID attribute. For example, in chapter 4, here's the armor knight that we wanted to miss Chloe. We also gave the boss a skill that sets opponent crit to 50, since we wanted Clan to land 1 out of 2 crits. Then you just have to rebundle the dispos file, and again use it like any other mod. There are certain cases where this technique won't work because some enemies already have the SID attribute filled out, but there are still workarounds available. If you're having any trouble with this method for combat rigging, stop by the LTC Discord, link in the description, and I'll try to help out. And that's pretty much it for this video. I'll see you next time.